Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to my channel, Bible Story Time with Sandra A. Aiden. In our last story, we looked at Exodus chapter 3 through to 5, how God sent Moses to Pharaoh to let his people go, and Pharaoh didn't listen to that. So we're going to be looking at what followed next after that. In our today's story, we're looking at Exodus chapter 7 and through to chapter 8. Blood and frogs in Egypt, and also the terrible days of Egypt. Let's go. So God told Moses that Pharaoh has a very hard heart, that he won't let the people go despite all what has happened to them. So God told Moses to take the staff that turned to a snake, go to River Nile and tell Pharaoh that the Hebrews, God says to him, let my people go. Then hit the water with the staff. It will turn to blood. Those days, so Pharaoh will know that I am God. Moses and Aaron did this, and the River Nile turned into blood, and it smells terrible. All the fishes in the river died. There was blood everywhere and no water for them to drink anymore. But Pharaoh's heart was still hardened. 7 days later, God sent Moses and Aaron back to Pharaoh. God says, let my people go. They told him, but he wouldn't do it. So Aaron held his staff over the river. Frogs came up and covered everywhere in Egypt. They went into the people's houses, ovens, enters everywhere. The whole of Egypt was covered with frog. Pharaoh called to Moses, ask your God to take away the frogs. Then I will let your people go. I will let Israel go. So Moses thought that Pharaoh was saying the truth. Moses did this, and all the frogs died in one day. They were piled up in heaps, and they smelled terrible. But Pharaoh hardened his heart again. He didn't let the people go. So from this paragraph we have read, we're going to be looking at this question. Why did God make the river turn into blood? And also, why did God take away the frogs? We continue. Pharaoh wouldn't let God's people go. So Aaron hit the ground with his staff, and all the dust turned into fleas. They bite everyone, but it made no difference to Pharaoh at all. Soon, swarms of flies filled the whole of Egypt. Pharaoh suffered. You may go a short while. Worship God and come back here, he said. So God took the flies away, but then Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go. So a terrible disease made all of Egypt's horses, cattle, and sheep died. Painful sores broke out on the Egyptians, but Pharaoh still wouldn't let them go. Hails fell on Egypt and killed everything outdoors. Grasshoppers came and ate everything that was left. Finally, Egypt became dark for 3 good days. People couldn't see each other or even move. And Pharaoh said, go out and worship, but you animals must stay behind. No, said Moses, We must bring our animals to sacrifice. Then you can't go, says Pharaoh. I will kill you if I see you again. Pharaoh was talking to Moses. This is true, answered Moses. I will never see you again. Question: why wouldn't Pharaoh let God's people go? Why did terrible things happen to Egypt? Write your answer at the comments button below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll continue the story in our next video. Bye. Thanks for listening and watching.